So obesity is a disease that needs no introduction at all. I'm sure everyone in this room has heard how fat we are as a nation. So most of these talks start by making you feel guilty about what you eat. We're not interested in any of that. We're more interested in understanding how you use the energy that you consume. Obesity can be thought of as a disease of energy imbalance, where the energy we take in food exceeds the energy that we expend. Unfortunately, the most recently approved drugs by the FDA only target one side of this equation, limiting the amount of energy we take in. However, in the late 2000s, scientists rediscovered the energy expending effects of this hormone, FGF21. They found, I'll refer to this hormone as 21 for the rest of the presentation. They found that animals with high levels of 21 weighed the same as normal animals, despite the fact that they ate significantly more and even on a high-fat diet. Big Pharma has also gotten very excited about this hormone, such that by 2016, there were 7 known different formulations of 21 in pharmaceutical stores, and 21 was the subject of 28 separate clinical drug trials. So despite this avid interest in 21, no one can really tell you how it works. What is known about how 21 works is that it's secreted from the liver, it enters circulation, and has effects in different tissues in the body. For 21 to have its effects in those tissues, it requires the tissue to express a very specific protein code on the surface of its cell. This code is made up of 2 components, beta-klotho and FGFR1. So since in our hands 21 caused a reduction in body weight by causing a reduction in fat mass, we propose that 21 might be acting directly on fat cells. Fat cells have this protein code that is required for 21's action. So to test this hypothesis, we generated 2 separate mouse models, which I'll explain using an analogy. So in my analogy, Joe simply drives his car to go to work. Joe will be FGF21. The car he uses to go to work will be the fat cell. The very specific key that he uses to turn on the car will be that protein code, and work will be our final weight goal. So in the first case, what we did is we took away Joe's keys, making it impossible for Joe to go to work. In the second case, we upgraded Joe's car and gave him James Bond as a driver. I'm not sure it gets any better, but in this case, Joe was supposed to get to work faster and more efficiently. However, we found that our results were the exact opposite of our expectations. So the next logical train of thought is Joe probably didn't drive a car to work. He might have took a train or a bus. So what we're doing in the future is to look for other forms of transportation or other tissues that express this specific protein code that could explain 21's effects on body weight. Thank you. I'm just ready to go.
Trying to run away on me.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I was born in Kenya, and my background, I guess I could tell you how I got interested in science.
Sure, yeah.
I was a really weird kid. I was the kind of kid that brought back, dead animals at home and brought back weird-looking fruits and trees. And instead of my parents thinking I was weird, which it really was, they kind of encouraged my interest in it and allowed me to, delve deeper into things that I thought that could be interesting. Like I grew up on a farm. So what happens, we had animals, would pass away because of disease or something. My dad would always allow me to be present when they're killing the animals so that I could actually look and see what was in the animals as a way to learn. So I credit him with my interest in science, or at least encouraging my eccentricities.
That's a really deep dive early on. So when you're not working, what do you do?
I'm never not working.
Never not working?
This is my boss here.
If you work.
But when I'm not working, I like life. So I like going outdoors. I like, hiking, anything that gets you moving, and cultural things, dancing, listening to different cultures. That really excites me, yes.
Do you have a favorite type of dance?
No. Oh, maybe, no,
Okay.
not really.
Okay. So you're not going to give us any lessons today?
No. That was not the competition I was so prepared for.